start and drive. And that does not appear to be doing much in the way of anything. I think what I'll do is I'll drive it across the field, because it will then be a little bit more obvious when we look at the map if it's done anything. So that's kind of rolled. Check the map. Fundy. We are here in this field. It does eliminate the need to plough, so we don't need a plough, but I will need a cultivator and I will need at least a planter. Okay, good to know. So if the worst comes to the worst, I can use this to eliminate the need to plough on our fields that have had maize in, or root crops, or anything else. This isn't exactly very big, but when it comes to ploughing, ploughs aren't very big. Obviously, it would be nice to be able to have something like that, but 435 horsepower is not happening. This is 4 meters, this is 3 meters, this is 4 meters, that's 3 meters. So really 4 meters is about the thing. That's cheap, 180 horsepower, that's 210 horsepower. We could run, but kind of expensive. And then you've got these, which are the basic 130, 150 and 4 meters. So 4 meters looks to be what we're kind of stuck with as the best, or the best size we can use on the farm at this point. But in order to plant, obviously this doesn't change the state of the ground, so I'm not going to be able to use this to prepare the soil for planting. So I'm going to put this back where I got it from. Test complete, we're good. But I need to make some decisions. I think it is worth maize plus grassland subsoiler. Yes, indeed. I think it is worth getting a cultivator and a seeder or planter. Now, that is a cultivator. It's 4 meters wide. That's a seeder. We're going to need the seed tank with it though, which is fine. Ooh, that's fancy. It's one distributor or two. Fine. Track loosening times. Oh. Ah. Yes. Okay, so I'm guessing those position behind the wheels of the tractor in order to loosen up the ground. And then the roll flex placker is this thing on the back. Or this thing on the front. I kind of like that. Yeah, we could do that. This is 25,000, but we're going to have to go and look at a thing. That's a hoe. That's also a disc harrow. 120 horsepower, 3 meter. Okay, let's go looking at expensive stuff. I was going to avoid the subsoiler. We are going to need something. I'm going to look in Horsch first. So that is a cultivator, 3 metre, 140. That is a disc harrow, 4 metre, 140. And their base game. Okay, let's work our way over. That's a mulcher. Don't need a mulcher right now, they're kind of expensive for what they do. That is a shallow cultivator, 220 horsepower, 6 metres. That's not bad. And that's just way too expensive and way too much horsepower. And that is a disc harrow, which is also way too expensive and way too much horsepower. So this was the sale item. 200 horsepower. And then you need to put this on front. If I look at that, that goes with the Taro 6, the Maestro 9, and all the planting things. So we would need one of those. We could buy one of those used, and I could get that to prepare the soil, because obviously this is not a direct drill. This is a direct drill, but 65,000, that's even bigger, smaller, it's a thing. And then that is 12 meters and no horsepower. This is a planter, which I do believe goes with the tank. So later on I can buy this, maybe next year, in order to 6.9 meter put the corn in the ground. That's bigger, but horsepower issues. Then we have the weeders and the other weeders hose, 250 horsepower. So we are going to need a few more horses eventually, but right now I am going to buy that standard. Yeah, not going to put that on. Oh, tyre roller. So standard, tyre roller, packer, standard. I don't know why it's 960 more, but okay. Should I back out? Select it again. It is 960 more, so bad pricing. 19,500. That's not the price it's going to be, but we will buy that. Yes. We will go back. I also need a cultivator. Disc harrow cultivator, 440 horsepower. Yeah, not happening. That one, it's a shallow cultivator. And it's 6 meters, 220 horsepower. Customize that. Oh, that could come with the CD unit. Nah. And his design. This one is design 5. Okay. What does that mean? It has this crazy thing on the back. This one does not. Design 3 has that on the back in place of the packer. Design 2, oh, doesn't have wheels. Design 1 just has the spikies. Design 7 has all the things. Nope, it doesn't have the packer. So design 5 has the packer. That's 10,000 extra. That's 6,500 extra without the tines. That has the tines, 5,000 extra. Oh, so many decisions. Take the wheels off the front, it's 1,500. 7, 6. Kind of like that one. Or that one. Let's go with the packer. Let's turn off the license plate. And that one's 31,000. So we're buying that. Then we're going to the used part of the store and we're getting ourselves a Taro 6 SL. 25,000. Ugh. Now, this has a roll flex packer. Okay, we're keeping that. Track loosening times are... Okay, the things at the front, they're 750. CD unit design is good. No license plate. And we will take that for 25,348. Okay. Alrighty, so we have to cultivate first, and I've spent a lot of money. Ugh. Work lights off, work lights off. High beams off. Let's just drive down to the store. And I think since we now have a cultivator, I will check to see if there's any cultivation jobs. And we will stop and do those on the way home, just so we can make a little bit of extra cash, because that was most of our cash gone. So if I plant that field this month, so today and tomorrow, I hope I can do that. I did not check. I guess we're going to check when we get to the store. But if I can throw grass down in that field, then we can grass roll it later in the month. Or grass subsoil it later in the month. And I'll do that with the little orange tractor, because that can haul the Grassland Subsoiler. I'll probably... Oh. I'm not sure if I want to lime it now or lime it when after we've cut the grass. But the plan would be we cut the grass, we cultivate that field, we get ourselves a planter. We could get ourselves the planter that goes with the horse equipment that we've already bought. And we can replant that field with the maize stuff. Okay, I'm going to need to check the calendar when we get to the store though, because I've got a sneaking suspicion. Oh, we're going to have to drop the weight off once we've done all the... Oh, shit! Splat! Oh dear. We're going to have to drop the weight off in order to bring the seeding equipment back with us. Still, it's a nice early day, quite dark. And this tractor is 60% full on diesel and 82% maintenance. So we can go for a little while before we need to spend a ton of money on maintenance, which I'm not looking forward to, because this tractor is not exactly cheap. And this is the way in. Okay, that thing there is the seeder, that thing there is the cultivator. So, stick that on the back, and I do believe, oh, it does eventually fold up. Yay. Alright, nice. Definitely looks okay. So we've done that. Now I need to, oh, let's do a game save. Why not? Things and stuff. That's not the things and stuff I'm looking for. Weather. No. Planting. Yes. So we can plant grass into November. We can also plant grass in March and April, but we're not planning to. So the first time we'll be able to cut the grass is May, and the corn has to be planted during May. So we're going to have to do a day one grass cut in that maize field, cultivate it and seed it immediately. We've got 4 days, but you know, we have to get that done by the end of May. And then harvest is October. So it looks like that's going to be a good thing. We're going to be able to boost our corn or our maize production, our silage production by cross-planting maize and grass. I'm going to leave the other grass field as grass all the time, because we can get 3 cuts from that in a year, as opposed to 1 cut of grass, 1 cut of maize. But still, adding the grass cut is definitely a nice plan. Meanwhile, the weather today is wet from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, so it's going to rain tonight. But if we get all the work done before tonight, and that will be fine. I've checked that already. That's good. What else do I need to do then? Oh, I was looking up contracts before I was chasing squirrels. So cultivating contract on field 99, we will accept that. There's also a fertilizing contract on field 10. I think field 10 is fairly close to the store though. Nope, didn't want to do that. So field 99, oh, field 10's over here. That wants to be fertilized. I can do that with the Valtra. Where the heck's field 99? Field 99's in the middle. So we leave the store, we go out this way. We come back up here, we'll cultivate that field. We'll come back out, we'll follow it round, and then I'll cultivate that field, and then we'll come home with the cultivator. Then we go back to the seeder. Okay, seems to work. Whoops. Alrighty. We have things to do, and we're going to take our money back over 20,000, which is probably a good thing to be doing. I do believe this is the turn I want to make, so before the people. So, a couple of new bits of equipment to use, and we are making a break into the Hush DLC, which, as I said, was something I wanted to do because obviously we have it, we should make use of it. Oh, this looks like one of the fields I limed earlier yesterday. This is a job I could do with GPS, but really, I don't actually need to, I don't think. 6 meter wide. Yes, I did. Now I want to lower it, and now I want to drive on somebody else's dirt with it. Thank you very much. Now we are probably going to need to service this tractor when we finish this, or these two jobs. But cultivating is cultivating, we are good. So let's make money. Temperature is 12 degrees, which I think is somewhere in around the 50s, 55 Fahrenheit. It's not going to get very warm today. As we know, it's going to rain tonight, which could make a mess of tomorrow. Although, you know, kind of thinking ahead, I'm not sure I need to worry too much about cutting the grass in our grass field today. I could do that in November. We don't have a lot of work to do in November, so that might be a good time to delay that until it lets us work. We've got today and tomorrow to work the cornfield. And if I get it planted, I think I want to lime it. I don't know if it matters. We're planting a cover crop to protect the ground while it's winter. So just to get some roots into the ground to hold the soil. And then we get a bonus yield at the end of that. A bonus crop at the end of that, which doesn't have to be the greatest. It just has, it's just nice that we can do it. So I'll get that, we'll get that cut, rework the field and replant it. The other field, even if we leave it till November to cut, it'll still be ready at about the same time. So we'll be able to cut both of them and load them both into the same silage bunker. I think I need to... really would like to get the engine upgrade done on this tractor. If I can get this to 305, it opens up options to do other things which I don't have right now. It's adequate for all of our grass needs and our haulage needs and everything else. The little Kubota is adequate for all of the other jobs, although it's a little bit breathless when it comes to windrowing at the moment. I would like to replace the windrower with a merge. Probably one of the the grass and forage DLC things. Oh, I see we're getting some they've announced the last Season 2 DLC pack, which is a bunch of stuff that a bunch of Oxbow stuff. So new equipment, you can take this off and replace it with a manure spreader as well as a slurry spreader. So it's like you're getting 4 pieces of equipment with 7 configurations. Okay. I didn't check on the price, but normally when they do something like that, the price on that is the cheap one for the year. Some DLCs are 10, 15 bucks, others are 5 bucks, 7 bucks. So that pack might be a cheap pack to have. But it's one of those things I'm probably not going to end up using much of. Yeah, my usual argument is I would prefer to have a tractor with an engine in than I would to have a slurry spreader with an engine in, because I can use the tractor to spread slurry and do a multitude of other jobs. I can use the slurry spreader to spread slurry. The benefit comes in, typically the slurry spreader can throw slurry out the back at a higher speed than the tractor, and slurry spreader can. So you can get jobs done quicker with it. So, yeah, there are gains to be made using self-propelled equipment. It's just that when you're starting out on a farm, I would prefer to have a tractor and a sprayer and lots of other equipment the tractor can haul around than I would to have a self-propelled sprayer and not be able to afford all the other equipment for the tractor. Now, as this farm gets going, and I think we are going to get going fairly quickly, because we're doing so much silage, I can get a fair amount of contracts done as well. Yeah, things can go quite quickly, or we'll get money quite quickly. I mean, even that silage sale was what, 90,000 by the end, or 50,000 total. The corn silage, I didn't look. What's the best price for silage and when? February, January and February, and corn maize silage will be similar, January and February. So if we do selling then, we'll get our best return on that, and we've got 500,000 litres of